clutch with no throttle for any freaking reason.
For any reason, just always clutch, no throttle.
Yeah, and if you don't need, if we get stuck in traffic, put it in neutral.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
So yeah, to engage reverse, you need to, the click, you need to go back.
Pull that back.
Yeah. And then
Fly off handbrake.
yeah, and all the way to the left.
That's it. That's normal.
Slowly.
Okay. No
Just
throttle at all.
neutral.
Neutral, flip the switch. Ridiculous things are about to unfold. Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to a special edit, by far the longest edit that I have ever done on this channel. But you know, we're all at home. The majority of us are locked down or isolated or quarantined, and I thought, why not? Why not revisit this remarkable adventure? I filmed this 2.5 years ago. Since I filmed this, I have inherited 250,000 more subscribers on the channel. So there will be a proportion of you that have seen some of this footage, and there's an entirely new audience who have seen none of it. So welcome. It would be an understatement to say it's not every day that you get to drive a McLaren F1 across Europe. But this was a very special occasion because in 2017, or May of 2017, it was the 25th anniversary of this incredible supercar. And myself and a friend Faisal decided to drive 3,000 miles in total around Europe in order to ultimately celebrate this 25th anniversary. The idea was to go from London, end up in Monaco. Now, the idea of ending up in Monaco was because in 1992, in May, was where the McLaren F1 launched during the Monaco Grand Prix. And on this trip, we are going to end up back in Monaco on the same date for the Monaco Grand Prix in this car. Then we're going to traverse all the way over the width of France to Bordeaux to meet up with the F1 Owners Club in order to celebrate it officially with the largest collection of McLaren F1s I have ever seen in my life, including some very key personnel which were integral to the McLaren F1 project, such as Gordon Murray, the designer of the car himself. So welcome to the left-hand passenger seat of the McLaren F1. Of course, McLaren F1 is famous for its 3-seat configuration, but the week ahead is going to be absolutely outstanding. We're doing a Euro tour. We're going to be stopping off at places like Spa, Nürburgring. We're going to the Porsche factory. We're going to be just immersing ourselves in some of the iconic locations in Europe. in one of the most iconic cars ever made. Which brings me on to the significance of this vehicle. But this car specifically used to be owned by Rowan Atkinson. If you're not familiar with his name, he also went by the name of Mr. Bean. The carbon tub alone takes around 3,000 man-hours to make. Now, to put that into context, the average Toyota takes 17 to 18 hours to build an entire car. So just the chassis takes 3,000 hours. The throttle pedal is handcrafted from 6 separate pieces of titanium. The instrument panels are handmade, they're hand painted, and each needle is individually machined. Of course, one of the most unique features of this car for the driver is the central seating position. The average price for a McLaren F1 these days is around about £14 million. And that's the average price. The race cars with more history go for even crazier figures. And as always, I'm just so thankful that we have this amazing medium and platform where I'm able to share this experience with you guys. Right, just paid for the tickets for the channel tunnel. But by the way, we also have Luke joining us in the 1M, which is doubling up as camera car. Look at this, this is service. Thank you, sir. Passport. Handles right up here. Huh? I know. If any of you have been watching my channel since, when did we film together last? December?
Pagani,
Dubai to Italy.
Yeah.
That video, if you saw that video, Thad was crew on that and helped film the proper polished
And actually,
production.
when you went to Bahrain, I'm in the background of some of your stuff.
Yeah, of course. So anyway, Thad's made a few appearances on this, and now you're being official cameraman again, documenting our
terrible
journey.
trip. I can't wait.
Yeah. And so this is your second time to Europe?
Yeah,
Second time.
that's it.
So Thad's based out in Dubai, but you're from California.
Yeah, I've seen all of the United States.
All the states. And you've been to Paris
In London.
and London.
That's it.
So now you're gonna be thrown in at the deep end on a cross-continental road trip.
I can't wait to see Spa is what I'm really stoked about.
Dude, has it sort of sunk in what's happening here?
Not yet. Not yet. I need to see it. I need to blow by it.
Yeah, when one
miles
drives
an hour.
faster. It's cozy in there. It's cozy.
It looks tiny.
It's really tiny. I'm thankful that I'm quite small, but even still, it's like the shape of the seat pushes your shoulders quite far forward, so you're kind of constantly sat like this.
I like how you have to look out like the small tiny window,
Yeah,
like a child in the back seat.
Like,
I've been texting people, the boys back home. They're like, guess what I'm doing?
you wouldn't believe what's going on. Okay, welcome to France. Oh, close the door on this badass car. So yeah, we're just about to disembark from the, listen to that thing, from the Channel Tunnel into France, and then very shortly into Belgium before arriving at Spa. In a place called Ghent in Belgium, not too far from Bruges. We actually stopped here on the way to Geneva a few months ago. Weather was totally different. It was absolutely pouring down. But it's rude to drive through a town that has an amazing Ferrari dealer and not drop in and say hello. So let's pop inside, see what they got. Last time they had that Grigio Silverstone LaFerrari. Apparently, they sold it since, and it just so happens that it's come back in for a service. So we just so happen to be here at exactly the same time. This, however, 599 SA Aperta. Really rare. I think they made 80 of these. In fact, it should say inside. Yeah, here we are, look. 1 of 80. Essentially, they have the 599 GTO engine, but the running gear and the exhaust setup is a bit more chilled, so it's not as loud as a GTO and it's not as hard. But it does have pretty much GTO engine, and of course the biggie, be able to take the roof off your GTO, essentially. Imagine one of those with an exhaust on it. Essentially a topless 599 GTO. Super, super special stuff. And they also have a car that, to be honest, I never knew actually existed. This is the Gonzales Edition. As I mentioned, I didn't even know this car existed, but this is celebrating a guy called Froilan Gonzales. He was actually the chap that won Ferrari's first ever Formula World Championship, funnily enough, at the British Grand Prix. There's only 6 of these in existence. The tweaks are quite subtle. You wouldn't really know it was anything special unless you really look, but the things that stand out the most: contrasting belts, really nice seats, contrasting black line here, different tailpipes, and odd contrasting fuel filler cap, which personally I'm not sure about, but yeah, anyway, pretty cool. The fine detail, however: scooter rear shields, hand painted. I know that is an incredibly expensive option. First full day in the F1, absolute magic. Look at this. The attention to detail on this car is ridiculous. Annoyingly, I can't convey to you a sense of weight on camera, but that is without doubt the lightest spanner I've ever felt. It's titanium, and despite the engine bay being gold coated, they are not, but they look awesome. They look super cool. Look at these.
How much that weigh?
This is. It's still pretty lightweight in terms of, like I said, of spanners.
Yeah,
but I'm super impressed with these. Like when you pick these up, honestly, that is a feather.
Well, here's a question: what can you actually fix on this car with these?
I know.
tools?
Is this just like a gesture of awesomeness? I don't know if.
You know, what do you want to fix with this? It's like,
That feels like a toothpick. It's just a joke.
Oh my god. It's so light.
Next on our series of Will It Bend?
Yeah, I hazard to guess how much. I mean, how much would it be to replace a spanner set? So on an F40, it's like, for some owners, it's like the difference between buying the car or not.
Yeah.
So imagine what it's like on this.
Well, I've been to the concourse and people have like their toolkit laid out. Like those tools have never touched the car.
Squashes into here. So this is technically the sort of front boot, the frunk, but it's only really for the spanner set, which kind of sits here. The actual boot is the side compartments here. Anyway, to the hotel. All right, check-in complete. First day of the road trip in a McLaren F1. This McLaren F1. What a phenomenal experience. I mean, to say it's not every day that you get to drive a McLaren F1 is possibly the biggest understatement of the year. So anyway, we're just going to put this thing to bed and call it a day. Day 2. What an adventure. Just playing all of these things back in my mind, it was absolutely ridiculous. What's funny is when you're actually in the moment, of course you're aware that it's special, but I'm finding myself almost retrospectively pinching myself looking back at that footage. I'm like, is that me driving that car on that adventure? Ridiculous stuff. Anyway, it's a special occasion to wake up at Spa race circuit on any given day. However, when there is a McLaren F1 outside and you have the keys, it's special to a completely different degree. Now, we'd accumulated a good proportion of the wildlife of France on the front of our car as we'd driven down a lot of the highways. So we wanted to keep this car clean on our adventure. Faisal casually rolled this car into a garage / car wash, which was just next door to our hotel. One thing I never managed to capture on camera was the guy's face that owned the garage at the elation that he had the honor of having a McLaren F1 in his workshop. It was incredible. And so while myself and Luke went car shopping, this guy was just lost in his element cleaning the car. And I think that was what was magic about this experience as well, was sharing it across the continent as we went. Really special occasion.
This is our morning wake up. We've got car wash coming soon, but not before I've had, I was about to say a bucket of coffee, but it seems on the continent they just don't do buckets of coffee.
No,
they just
are
don't
very
do it.
Small glasses.
I just came back from, I was in Italy for the launch of the Huracan Performante.
Right.
And I was only there 2 days, but I used to like to start my morning with a coffee like this big.
Yeah.
I go downstairs and they're like, can I get you anything? I was like, yeah, I'd love an Americano. And you see their face go like, they're like, what? We're a bit late. You actually got up and made something of the day.
We had a plan.
The saying goes, you snooze, you lose. And we just missed out on all of, did the guy snow foam or anything like that?
No, just
Okay, because I was like, I had
magic spray
dreams of
thing.
like slow, high frame rate snow foam on a McLaren F1, so I'm not completely distraught that we
No, we
missed
just
that.
missed the air thing.
Okay, however, you've gone and found an 18-kilometre 911R for sale
In yellow.
in yellow with green stripes. Would you spec it like this?
It's got black leather.
Oh, I like these.
I didn't even notice that.
Carbon inlays on the wing mirrors, that's pretty sweet. It's amazing how much these have shot up in value as the result of the new GT3 and it being available in manual. How do you think these are going to cope, or how do you think owners are going to cope? Because I think Chris Harris's quote was, it makes the 911R feel a bit flat.
Yeah, that was his quote, yeah.
I'd cry into my tea if I'd read that and I'd bought that.
Yeah, you're only going to feel a little bit silly if you paid a lot for it second hand and just didn't think about the consequences, but I think...
See, it's not like when they released the 997 4.0 RS, that wasn't such a big deal because the replacement was a PDK.
Yeah.
So it's like, well, I've got one of the latest, greatest manual cars.
But at the same time, you buy a Porsche, it's like there's a new one every 5 minutes, so...
There is that, yeah, true. And you still can't get one.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. Stayed at Spa last night, so it would be really rude not to come down and check out what's going on track. Fortunately, we've timed it with a pretty cool track day. There's some really nice cars here. It's not a good start to the morning for this chap.
What, because he's driving a Corvette?
Oh, the whole rim's cracked.
The whole rim is just smashed. Oh dear.
Such is track life. So how's your first taste of Europe so far, man?
This is gorgeous.
It's awesome,
This
right?
is amazing.
Yeah.
Like, I want racetracks like this. Look at the trees.
Now this setup here is so cool. Towing your GT3 RS on your Raptor F150. I'm not sure which is cooler actually. These things are famous for having the Fox shocks. Check it out. Outboard reservoir Fox shocks, and they are absolutely colossal. Look at the size of that thing. All right, very brief stint at Spa, and to come here, the legend of it is tangible. It's such a special track. Eau Rouge as well, the undulation is massive. Anyway, it's time to jump in the F1 again and head to Stuttgart. Okay, we've hit some pretty bad traffic on the motorway, which just sent us off to this actually quite stunning village somewhere in Germany. I actually have no idea where we are, about half an hour into Germany from the Belgian border. We're now waiting for Luke in the 1M to join us. Gonna grab some breakfast. I say breakfast, it's 1 o'clock. Also, I went and put out an Instagram post saying to everyone that we're gonna turn up at the Porsche Museum in Stuttgart at 4 o'clock. Since that traffic jam, that's gone out of the window. So, late breakfast and then Porsche Museum. Although we're supposed to be at the Porsche Museum first. What time's it closed? What time's the Porsche Museum closed? 4:30.
In the car.
Our ETA is out of the window. I shouldn't have put up that Instagram post.
Is it a proper post?
Oh yeah, hold on, we're going to be there at 4 o'clock.
I think that's, we changed ourselves at that moment.
Sorry. Look at these guys, this is awesome. So earlier on, we put a message out on Instagram, albeit we were quite late, saying to people of Stuttgart that we're on our way in a McLaren F1, come down and see us. And there's people, they're all guys. Yo, how you doing? This is awesome. It's really cool that people made it down so like last minute, you know? We only gave them like 2 hours, so this is really cool.
Yeah.
Check out.
Are you just gonna stick it out
Check out
front?
the wheels on this.
Yeah, I'm just gonna
check out the wheels on the 6. That is cool. How cool is that? Body colored wheels are awesome. Two things. Turnout of people in Stuttgart. Amazing.
Holy shit.
Yeah, if anyone's watching this, if you came down, thank you so much. It was amazing to see and talk to people. And then the other thing, Porsche Museum, we were only there for half an hour because it closed.
Way to see it.
But we got such a nice welcome.
Oh, and our guy was like super happy to help and
Super
give us
happy.
a spiel.
He also took us to some like exclusive places.
Yeah, we got to go
are
in
still here. This is so cool.
I've never seen car spotters like this. This
No.
is not like a thing in the States.
Is it not?
No, not
This
like,
is like- not like this? Not like swarming?
this.
What's happening here, Thad?
I live in the desert and it's 14C. I'm freezing.
So you're warming your hands off the heat of a McLaren F1.
Yeah, it's perfect.
Top work, man.
That's nice and toasty though. I'm a fan.
This guy loves it. Look, he loves it.
He's got no idea what it is.
I can't tell if he knows either.
He asked if we were
It's like, why
He doesn't know.
Why is he in the middle?
Okay. I think the most fascinating thing, I guess, from this is when people, even people who don't know he's going in for the kill, even when people don't know what it is, they're still shocked by the whole central seating position thing. I mean, that's cool.
It's like, how does it work?
Yeah, I know.
Spaceship.
Spaceship.
NASA.
He loves it.
Starting the journey today.
We're starting in Spa circuit in Belgium.
All right.
Yeah, it's good fun.
Do you want to bring your camera back?
Yeah, I think so.
Do you do anything else over here?
It opens a better on that.
Yeah.
Okay, car parked. Oh, it's fancy. This is our hotel for the evening. Yeah, awesome. Some funky styling going on here. Got a fire roaring as well, I can tell you. The last thing I expected to see today was an open fire, but it is actually pretty chilly here. What's going on outside? Oh, the grounds on this place are stunning. Albeit the low light on my camera really isn't doing any of this justice. Good morning from Baden-Baden. We are in Germany, ultimately on our way to Lake Como. If you're wondering why my head's poking out of a window, we arrived here in the dark last night and I didn't realise just how stunning this place is. Look at the view we got. How amazing is this place? Anyway, running a little bit late today. Ultimately, we're heading to Lake Como today for Villa d'Est, and fortunately we're going to be able to base ourselves there for the next few days, which will be awesome. But now I'm running around the room like a madman because I spread all my gear around the room just to sort of start editing last night, which resulted in me editing till 2 AM, hence me waking up very late. Day 3, McLaren F1 road trip. Really conveniently, I got myself a co-driver. I say it's convenient because I'm finding that these days are so intense and relentless from a content point of view that I'm sort of filming at 1 minute and editing almost simultaneously because I gotta get the video out in time for the following day. So I'm actually editing while I'm in the F1, which I'll show you in a minute, is really tight. Such a glorious day. Behold, sunshine. Morning. How's it going? How did you hear that the car was here?
Some friends.
Some friends? Dad, these guys, they are everywhere. I would not make a good car spotter. I suck at hunting down cars.
So where are you guys from?
Yeah? So did you guys have to drive far to get here?
Half an hour.
That's not so bad. Okay, cool. Sorry we're taking so long. We're having a lazy morning.
Coffee?
Yeah. Today's our longest drive yet?
Probably.
Probably?
Yeah, maybe.
500 miles?
Yeah.
Ish. Yeah, and we're heading quite far south, so we're going to get to the beautiful lake, and then we've got to use it for a base for a while, which means I can actually have a lie-in.
We're gonna go on the boat?
That's what you think.
We gotta go on a boat.
We're going to go.
You can't go to a lake and get on a boat.
Let's go on a boat.
We need to pull up to the port with the F1,
Yeah.
and then do some like glamorous shots stepping off into a Riva
Playing with
Aquarama,
your hair.
drone over the boat, yeah, wind in our hair, just having the time of our lives.
Yeah.
Let's go quick, it sounds amazing. Third passenger seat is taken up by a bag. Driver seat, my seat, laptop,
Honestly, when you're in there with this thing, it's cozy. It's real cozy. Food time. I am, yeah. Food time.
Best burger in the world.
In the world.
It's like your last meal, but you have to have a burger.
Okay.
Where you ending up?
I have to go to the Apple Pan in Los Angeles.
The Apple Pan.
Yeah, it's old. They have amazing French fries. Like the dudes that work there are like 65.
And they've been there since like day one.
That's an Apple Pan burger. It's the inspiration for In-N-Out Burger.
They serve it like a hot dog?
They, like,
Was I
wrapped
just...
up in-
Look at this.
That's the bun from Vertical. It's wrapped. It's deliciously prepared. Good ratios of ketchup, good beef, great cheese.
Such a German way to explain a burger in an American
In
accent.
an American accent. The burger to cheese to sauce ratio is on
Very
point.
nice. Yeah, look, that's what the place looks like.
Okay.
It's a counter, seating only.
Apple Pan?
Yes, when you're in LA,
Anyone heard of Apple Pan in LA? Apparently this is the go-to burger joint.
that is the best burger spot in Los Angeles. You know, you learn things when you make toothpicks for a living.
And how else do you think I afford these cars? I'm the toothpick guy.
I made it round. Billions.
Now, one guy actually assumed that it was my car because I stepped out of it, and he started asking me. He was like, "Do you mind me asking how you afford a car like this?" And I don't know where this came from, but I just completely made it up on the spot. I just completely winged it, and I was like, "Yeah, I'm the guy that invented toothpicks." And he was like, "No way, you're like way too young for that." And I goes, "No, not the wooden ones, the plastic ones." And I was just having this guy on. It was just a laugh, but that theme sort of stuck as we went through Europe. Every now and again, someone would say, "Is this your car? How did you afford it?" I go, "I'm the toothpick guy."
I think we just had the first acknowledgement that we are driving an F1 by a member of the public.
In front of the Burger King.
In front of Burger King. Some kid ran out and he was like, "This is a McLaren F1, I've never seen one in my life." We were on the road for 3 days and not a single person has batted an eyelid at this car. That's really great.
An American sounding kid.
American sounding kid, yeah. Let's go.
Best things about cars and YouTube and everything that I get to share with everyone on here is the travel and the locations we end up in. And a lot of the time it's, you know, boring motorway getting to these places, but when you get here, I mean, where I am now is unbelievable. Okay, what else is cool is we've got Luke here taking some official pictures of our little F1 tour. So we're basically scouting for amazing locations. Now this is pretty good, but I'm not happy with this like dirty snow here. So I reckon if we move the F1 between these two snow walls, right in the middle of this road, that is going to result in something pretty awesome. I think around about there. And is it central? Central. Perfect. That's got to make for a good picture, right? Awesome. Also, from my point of view, it looks amazing. Framed by these two isolated. For the evening, we're staying at the Sheraton Lake Como. That looks well.
And reverse it back in.
Yeah, why not? Okay, check in. Whew. Long day?
We have made it alive.
We are here, one piece.
Lake Como.
Also, Maybach.
They're cheap as chips in Dubai.
Really?
Yes.
I got a load of all these GoPros. How many we got? 1, 2. What do you think? Do you reckon I've got enough GoPros in here? It's your final day on Earth. You're gonna get wiped out by being hit by a car. Well, you can choose what car it's gonna be.
I got my answer already.
Go on.
Lamborghini Countach because it's pointy and it'll end me quickly.
But then you could. I thought you were gonna say like an F-150 Raptor, so it was really gonna do the job properly.
No, you might survive
And
that.
then a 16-wheeler or like a Brabus 6x6, so they got room to put you in the back afterwards.
A Countach, you're sliced in half, done.
Job
Job done.
shins out and then you just
Yeah, at least with
the Countach would break down before. It's just gonna hurt.
And hold on, there's another point. It's gonna be chiseled into your gravestone as to what it was.
I might go like Daytona Competizione.
Good morning from Lake Como, and today is Villa d'Este. Now, if you're not sure what Villa d'Este is, it is possibly one of the poshest car shows of the year. It's at a very exclusive location on Lake Como, and it's where oftentimes prototype cars and things like that get launched. And in true style, I wasn't prepared for attending this event at all because it's a fairly last minute thing for us, and so I really am not wearing the appropriate attire. 3 tickets.
And 4 people.
So what do you think about that?
I think we should arm wrestle.
Arm wrestle that. I reckon when we roll up in this, are you allowed to drive inside? Or do you drop us off at the exit?
It's a main entrance. You go to the counter and get your accreditation cards.
Oh.
Accreditation cards. Okay.
Everyone needs a badge.
Okay, everyone needs a badge.
Okay.
It's like 100% tint, so I'm like,
This will be interesting.
That's good.
it's cool. I've got a 50.
So, we have a drone. We'll send the drone in and over.
Yeah.
I'm gonna. This is right. I'm gonna
That's cozy right there. Look at that. We're totally cool.
It's a man sandwich in the back.
It looks really good.
Do you like Lamborghini?
That exhaust is the single biggest reason to own one of those cars.
Yeah.
It's my
Porsche?
So, what's your thoughts?
the old one, yeah.
Here's a BC. Here's a BC. There's a Huayra BC.
Behind us?
Behind us.
They caught us.
Look. There's a Huayra BC.
That's nice.
Is that followed by a G-Wagon?
Of course.
This is pretty cool. Did you get it, Luke? You sound in pain.
He doesn't have the lower lumbar mobility.
Wow, that must be a really early car.
Nice day.
Thank you very much, buddy. Have a great day. I'm gonna check out this BC. Look at this. How cash is that? Yes, please.
The public.
All right, guys. Look at this location. How fabulous is this? We're gonna have a chat about how ridiculous Villa d'Este is. We've been here, what, 5 minutes?
Yeah.
MC12,
I've got good eyes.
Huayra, BC,
Yeah.
just casually parks up in the most beautiful location. Look at that. How stunning is that? What I'm aware of though is because we essentially decided to have a proper lie-in. Sorry about that, I know you got up at like 9.
I thought you were stuck in the lift.
Yeah,
Stuck in
well,
the lift.
I was editing until like 2 and then my battery died on my laptop and then I realized you got my charger. That's where all of the boats are. So we tried to rent a Riva boat earlier and they're all here. There's like a Riva party happening. Seriously, these are one of the most beautiful boats ever made. Look at these here. That shape alone is the epitome of Lake Como.
That's a Sackler. That's a good tripod.
Thad being the avid cameraman he is, this is his favorite.
Carbon fiber. Good
tripod.
head, good legs,
That's
single adjustment.
that's a proper job. His camera's kind of bigger than yours. He's got all the gear on.
Battery pack and
Battery
arm
pack.
thing and a mic that works.
Yeah, that's top work. Yeah, it's funny how we jumped to the tripod first, and this is a whole new BMW here. So here it is, the Rolls-Royce Sweptail, arguably the star car of Villa d'Este this year. This has just landed itself in the record books as the world's most expensive brand new car ever sold. Coming in at £10 million. It's not quite as expensive as some of the classic cars on the lawns here, but nevertheless it is an incredible chunk of change. This is a 4-year bespoke project. It's based on the 6.75 litre V12 engine that you will find in the Phantom 7. And the inspiration has been taken from vintage Rolls-Royce cars and super yachts. There's no other way of explaining this thing really. It is a land yacht. The sculpture of it is incredible. I've seen comments online that a lot of people aren't quite sure about it. And I guess with anything bespoke, the whole point of it is that it is the interpretation of one man's dream. But it's huge. The wheelbase on this is absolutely massive, which is why I kind of question, I guess, how arguably impractical it is, because it actually only has 2 seats, and in the back is more of a work of art than anything else. But of course, if you've got £10 million to spend on a car, I'm sure back seats are the least of your concerns. One of the touches that I particularly like is how the number plate is built directly into the bodywork of the car. Just little details like that that really make this thing stand out as something truly special. This is what's going on tonight. So the RM auctions and Sotheby's auction stock, pretty busy. But this, someone's going to be bidding on this beautiful TDF tonight. I'm going to be going home with a very big smile on that face. Look at this. Look at the paint. That's stunning. Check it out. Estimate 750 to 800,000 euros. That, of course, is before auction taxes and fees on either side. €1 million, man. I don't know. I'm not sure if does the TDF justify €1 million.
Oh, I'm just gonna have to drive one and find out. Really missed the boat on that car.
So here, we'll get put it in the background.
Okay.
If I were to buy this thing, the first thing I would do,
here?
the dirty car.
The dirty car.
You roll it out and immediately wash it in front of everybody. Plug in the hose. You
People
go.
would lose their mind. Can you imagine?
I just want to clean it.
It is a bonfire.
I'm not a clean car freak.
No.
Too much.
Decision is, when you buy this, do you take it back to new or do you leave it as is?
Replace all the rubber and then wash it once.
You think so?
I have to wash.
It's gonna,
What's it gonna go for?
The only reason this would ever get washed is if you were to use it. What's the estimate on? 2 to 2.2. Look at this. I got this air jack here. Original race spec. With even the roll cage is clad in leather, like you see.
We could fix this in a weekend with some muddy water and just keep
And
tossing
just be
it
like,
on.
job done, right?
Yeah.
I don't know about that, 2.2
we can barn find
million?
LT in a year.
That's before taxes though, man. That's pretty steep.
rid
Steep
of
for a
that.
dirty car, right?
Very steep.
So this 959 at 925 to $1,050,000 estimate by my book is a deal compared to the dirty RSR. Now this has only got 10 kilometers. So you're not going to drive it. It's dirty, so you're expected to keep it dirty.
I like it. It has purple wheels.
It does have purple wheels.
Right.
It's a bit of a
That's what you
suspect
need.
spec.
Purple wheels,
I don't know.
gold calipers. You're on.
You're in the realms of art now when you can't drive a car.
You buy it, wash it.
This is good. You could own this. 800 miles on this? Or 10 on this? Is it justify the million difference? I don't think so. Enzo. 1.9 to 2.2 million euros. Dino GT. 550 to 600,000 euros. There's some Wolf of Wall Street looking Countach, complete with the white on white interior. 475 to 575. Super tidy F40. 850 to 950 euros. Diablo 30 edition SE. 370 to 450.
You can lean on me if the fire goes. There will be some light in darkness. You can lean on me. I'm strong enough to carry us both out of this mess. You can lean on me if the fire goes. There will be some light in darkness. You can lean on me. I'm strong enough to carry us both out of this mess.
Back at the hotel, fantastic event, absolutely stunning. Categorically one of the most beautiful places I have ever been to. Yeah, it's just absolutely exceeded my expectations. But today I'm gonna have to call the vlog a little bit early because I still haven't edited the last 2 vlogs, and yeah, I'd like to drip those out in good time for you guys. By the way, this is the great thing about car events. You get cars like that chilling. And here's our F1, which I'm getting back in tomorrow to ultimately drive to Geneva and then all the way over to Bordeaux in time for the beginning of the McLaren F1 Owners Tour. Okay, we left the auction live to come and watch it in our room on the laptop. The biggie! This is the biggie!
The RSR with 10
This is the RSR. So this was a barn find car.
Lot 133.
It's got 10
La Porsche
kilometers on the clock.
911 Carrera
And it's
RS
covered in barn dirt.
1993.
And some
Still
And all sorts of things.
bird dirt. Bird diarrhea
Yeah,
style.
what was the estimate was 2 million, was it 2 million?
All right, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to start the bidding at 951 million euros. We're going to start at 1 million only, at 1 million.
908.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, so starting at 875.
I was like
Okay,
900
what?
million. I was like, what?
1,200,000.
You know,
Yes.
the funniest thing is we were literally there
The bid is at 1 million.
like an hour ago.
1,000,000.
We're watching it in the room. This is the funniest thing.
1,300,000. 1,000,003. 1,000,003
Okay.
now.
300,000
300,000
instantaneously.
euros. 1,300,000. 1,300,000 euros. 1,000,004. At 1,000,004 euros. 1,000,015 now. Thank you. 1,000,005. And against you both at 1,500,000. 1,006.
Full red, sorry, red leather, everything.
1,600,000.
Even red carpet.
1,006,000. Any advance at 1,600,000 now. 1,600,000.
So it's like the new trend. You buy jeans that are cut for more money.
Yeah.
You buy car that is covered in shit for more money.
1,650,000 looking at 1,007,000. 1,650,000 looking at 1,007,000 now. Thank you. 1,007,000. 1,700,000.
This is before fees, don't forget.
1,700,000. 1,750,000 now. Are we all done at 1,750,000? Fair warning at 1,750,000.
Hammer's going down.
1,700,000. 1,800,000.
1,000,000. Oh, someone just came in.
1,800,000 on the phone. I've got to know, but the gentleman's on the phone at 1,800,000. Fair warning at 1,800,000. 1,800,000. Are you bidding, man? No. No? You're just excited. 1,800,000. Any advance of 1,800,000.
That could have been a very expensive.
On my right, over $2 million at 1,800,000 euros. Yours, well done, 1,800,000. And the number.
Guys, there's fire in the tunnel. Focus camera. Look! What's going on here? There's actual fire in this tunnel. No wonder the lane was closed. This guy is so keen. If he's watching this video, please tag us because we'd love to see the pictures that you've got.
Like, he has the same hair as Superman. You know, he goes
so
everywhere
fast.
and still
he's
perfect.
kind of running out of steam now. Okay, so we've been driving over 1,000 miles now since we left England.
Yep.
And what's the music situation? It's I would say it's almost non-existent. However, we think Rowan Atkinson left a CD in the car.
3, I think.
3 CDs or 3 tracks? Because I've only heard 3 tracks so far.
I think it's the only 3 tracks we like.
Okay, so
or the ones we know from our generation.
Yeah, so we found out that Mr. Bean likes Lily Allen.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is okay. But the other 2 tracks, I have no idea what they are.
I think like they're the theme songs or tracks from Black Adder or something like that.
It's because the head unit at the minute won't allow us to plug in our phones to play our own music.
You can plug the phone, but for some weird reason it's on, but there's no music coming out.
Yeah, it's plumbed in. The tap is on, but there's no water.
Exactly.
Yeah, so we don't know what's happening. We've been speaking to McLaren back in England to see if they can help us figure it out. But we thought it might be easier just to get 2 Bluetooth speakers and put them left and right passenger seats.
Yeah.
Or if we can't find those, get some CDs.
Yeah.
Because we tried shopping for CDs in Germany and they were all in German.
Yeah.
We thought I'd sooner sing to you.
And they all looked like
folk music.
No, they all looked like heavy metal German stuff that I have no idea what it's on about.
We've had quite a lot of questions on Instagram and on Twitter what this car's like on fuel. It's amazing. Like when you cruise, I guess because the car's so light, was it coming at, it's 1,100-ish?
Yeah,
kgs.
Maybe with us after
Maybe
lunch,
with us, after some Wiener Schnitzel, not so much. But generally, it's pretty good. In fact, we've sort of outperformed the support car 1M in fuel terms.
Yeah. I think like, you know, you cruise at 120 kilometers an hour.
Yeah.
And you're only doing like 2,500 RPMs on 6th gear. So you're like, and you're not even touching the throttle. You're barely leaning on it.
Okay. Bit of a stretch. Oh, today's a long one. It's a long one. However, there's a seriously iconic feature on this car that I'm yet to show you within the engine bay.
behold possibly the coolest, or actually, as the case may be, hottest engine bay known to man. This stuff here that just casually looks like gold foil actually is gold. Just lift this up here. Oh, it's hot in there. Wow. So this is V12 engine, 600, I think they're around 627 horsepower. Generates a lot of heat, and the best reflective material for heat known to man just so happens to be gold. So basically every surface you see that looks like gold is gold. Look at these. So this actually, what you might not know is that the McLaren F1 had very early active aero on it. This wing does pop up and it channels air into these ducts here, which I believe go straight down to the brakes. You see that pipe there, this pipe? So imagine the angle of this wing. It pitches in, opens air up down to these vents down there and cools the brakes directly. So there's a lot of this is about cooling, and all of this gold here. I mean, you know, when you start to look at these cars, you really do realize how special they are. All up there as well. It's amazing.
One of the coolest things,
yeah,
is this bit. This doesn't have a latch. But when you close this one and you close the other one,
yeah,
the weight of this one pushes like
locks
a
that
whole
one down.
Lock, which goes in here and locks it.
Yeah, check it out. No more weight. So one latch for 2 doors. It's a pretty special
So this
thing.
one doesn't lock.
That one doesn't lock at all until that one's down, and then it'll close that with the lock. Then it's done. How cool is that? Thad's come up with a very good point. The F1 has 2 mirrors. It's very unique to this car, so it would only be right to get 2 air fresheners.
What does America smell like?
You tell me.
Fried food?
KFC?
KFC, McDonald's?
KFC. But I reckon you would pick these like you would ice cream. So I'm gonna go for strawberry.
Oh yeah.
And lemon. Would those two?
I would maybe do
together?
strawberry mint.
Strawberry mint.
Strawberry mint might be delicious.
Good shout. There's definitely some berry action here.
Mean?
Tart and cologne. That's like undertones of Scotland.
Ooh, green forest and bergamot might be nice.
So a minute ago we were going to buy you 2 air fresheners because you have 2 wing mirrors. What would you think about a strawberry and a lemon air freshener together? One for each nostril.
I think you would go to the M1 and sit there for the rest of the journey. Bad day to be.
It's not a bad day. I never thought I'd be so thankful to be stuck in a tunnel. This car's hot. Then check this out. Look, we're driving along with the door open. It's the best aircon in the world. And we looked at the sat nav, and you see all of this here, all of this traffic. This is what we've been stuck in for the last hour or so. So we managed to get off the road, replan, now we're heading back down, and hopefully we're going to go over the mountain pass to get some good driving roads and avoid traffic. That's the plan. Okay. Going very well, but the road is closed. I don't believe it. What is going on here? It's like fully. We could open it. That's too inviting. Okay, here's the plan of action. We've come to a closed road, but we call horseshit. So, just to double check, we're gonna fly the drone up over this tree line, beyond this barrier here, to check if it's legit or not. 2 Italian cars just went through claiming that it was a private road. I'm not sure if you've heard of the San Bernardino Pass, but it's like a major through road through the Alps. So we're gonna double check it with the drone and then hopefully hit it. The road is blocked with like 3 feet of snow.
Way too much snow.
So we've stopped here. Pont Serran, 1602. And it looks like 1602. Look at this place. Absolutely stunning. Dad told me they've got a little river diverter.
I don't know what you call it. It's like a pump thing.
This thing?
Here, I'll hold this where you stick your hands in.
Okay, is it like how cold
it's like super cold.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, stick them in there.
That's like glacier water.
Yeah.
Actually really nice.
I bet we could drink it, but I don't want you already.
Just in case there's like a horse that's died in the river at the top there and it's like slowing down. That's not giant.
It was giant when it was jumping around.
There he is, little dude.
Fuck that.
Oh, he's gone. He's gone. He's gone. He's under your car.
How do you feel?
He's not a fan. Someone tells me you bought something. You bought some CDs.
A lot.
You buy those as well?
Yes. Dude, we still have. Today we have 4 more hours.
4 more hours
and
tonight.
Tomorrow's like 8.
What have we got? Bruno Mars.
Adele.
Adele 19.
Adele old.
Old Adele.
Hot party something.
Hot party. You just like the sound of that.
Ed Sheeran.
Ed Sheeran.
The new one, surprising.
James Blunt.
Where are you from?
James Blunt.
my lover.
Okay. She's having to unbox all of them.
Anything that is written in English,
Buy
I
it.
got.
Don't we only have a 5-disc changer?
10.
10. Oh, okay, that's a good job. We bought 100 then. Are you buying Tina? I spot Tina.
Yeah,
Turner.
Tina Turner, man.
Fancy a bit of that.
Yeah.
Simply the best. Do we have any Metallica or anything like that?
There is Metallica, but
Can we get a Metallica? Come on, man. Yes, it's the new one as well. Hardwired to self-destruct. Yeah, when it's late,
And this one.
this is what's going to wake you up. Tina Turner's not going to do anything. What is this? This man drives an F1. Ciao. So, today is the 25th anniversary of the McLaren F1, and we thought right now Monaco is as concentrated with spotters as it probably could ever be.
Exactly.
And it deserves some attention on its birthday. So we're going to take it to Monaco, which we're winding our way down into now. It's at the end of the 2017 Formula 1 Grand Prix. Yeah, of course. The film festival's just been on. That's why the Carlton's decorated like a transformer. Anyway.
Hello, bonjour.
Time to dump the
We're
bags.
staying in the hotel.
Alright. Hell of a long day. managed miraculously to get a room in the Carlton in Cannes during the film festival. Not sure how well tonight's sleep will go down. There's like parties going on left, right and centre, music pumping, but to be fair, I am so tired, I reckon I would sleep through a volcano.
He's grabbing me by the scruff of my neck. We have to appreciate just what we're in right now. Yeah, value is absolutely, it's categorically the most expensive car I've ever driven.
But at the same time, it doesn't drive far off a Mini or a Golf.
It's not threatening, but there's an undertone of like, it's of severity.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Awaken the beast.
No, exactly. You know, if people tune into my channel regularly, you'll probably notice a change in my demeanor right now compared to how I normally am in a car. This is a really, really big deal. I'm glad you feel like my coach. You know what I mean? You've just put me in the NFL, and you're like, don't worry, like it's like the biggest moment of your life, but it's gonna be okay.
Yeah. Look, you cannot look at it as a car from when you're driving it.
Yeah.
You cannot look at it from the sense that it is a rare car or an expensive car or
it doesn't do your
very precious car.
Any favors.
Yeah, it doesn't help.
No, it doesn't help.
You just have to think that, you know, the way you left it, you need to bring it back in
that
the
way
same,
as well.
You know, same piece. But the car doesn't. You know, if you want to behave like a lunatic, it will behave like a lunatic too. If you want to behave like a, you know, a gentleman and
it'll do that.
Drive it to the Opera,
it cruises beautifully.
You can do that.
Yeah.
So it will cruise. It's the best road car.
I am hard pushed to think of a car that covers more bases than this.
No, none.
It even has 3 seats. It's genuinely quite practical.
It's not the best track car. Okay. It will do amazingly on the track.
Yeah.
But it's not the best track car. You know, the suspension is soft. It takes all the bumps. It's a good cruiser.
As a road car. I mean,
as a road car.
Phenomenal.
But when you go to the track, it's like
a bit sloppy.
It turns, it rotates, you know, it moves about.
Sure.
But on any gear, like now you're on 6th gear,
I can't believe
you could go from 30 miles an hour to 240 miles an hour.
In one gear.
So it's probably the only car other than the Regera that would do something. But that doesn't have any gears.
Yeah.
So
and it's naturally aspirated as well.
It is.
This right now is the road spec version. It's like almost as it was from factory, right?
It is as it is from factory.
That's really, it's in its sort of GT spec. Yeah. It's even got customized luggage to match, which makes it incredibly practical. So either side on the external of the car, there are these side pods where the sort of bespoke luggage fits.
There's like
loads of it. Lord, you know what? I'm aware of it in myself, like in my own being, what an occasion this is.
But it's not a nice feeling.
It's
like
almost not.
It's not a nice feeling.
It's almost not, actually. The pressure that I'm under right now is immense, actually.
Yeah. I've been there, done that.
Yeah. Oh, it spools up. The throttle response is unbelievable. It's hard, honestly, I'm not saying this for effect. It is hard to explain. It's like the throttle is assisted by a little sort of fan that's like frothing up when you depress it. It's like a floaty little explosion, like a pneumatic waft of a blip.
It's like electronic. It doesn't feel like it's mechanical.
Yeah.
It feels electronic.
Why has no one been able to recreate something? I have never felt a throttle like that, ever.
And this is where the journey culminated, really. It was an 800-kilometer drive that we ended up doing from Cannes all the way over to Bordeaux. in time for the F1 Owners Tour to officially celebrate 25 years of the McLaren F1. The F1s that turned up, I lost count, but there were some serious cars there, really serious. And of course, owners of F1s have other toys. So they brought their F1s down and then their P1s down. And Dean Lanzante, who developed the P1 LM, was dropping off 3 of the cars for 3 clients. Now, as a spot of context, they only ever made 5 McLaren P1 LMs and 3 of them turned up at this event. We had the handover with Dean. So on this trip that you're about to see, we ended up being able to get a P1 LM and a McLaren F1 side by side on the road together. In the same month that the P1 LM had just broken the Nürburgring lap record for a road car. So it was an incredibly, incredibly special moment.
There's only going to be 5 of these cars built, and it is a homage to the McLaren F1 LM, which, as it happens, I'm in convoy with. And the significance of this vehicle, this is chassis 4 of 5. It's running just under 1,000 brake horsepower at 986 brake. Whatever Lanzante was smoking the night before they came up with this idea is the good stuff. It's just an unbelievable thing. I really like words. I'm getting physical goosebumps talking about it.
And there you have it. Did that hour and 15 minutes just blow by? I don't know. For me, the edit was huge, but it was a walk down memory lane. I know it was only a few years ago, but the nuances and all of the details of the experience of the drive of that car and all of the incredible places we went to came flooding back. It was a remarkable trip. I'd love to hear from you. Questions, comments below. If you did enjoy it, give it a thumbs up. Be sure to subscribe. And when you subscribe, hit the little bell next to the subscribe button, because then you'll be the first to be alerted of brand new content that's gone live. It really does make all of the difference. So yeah, I can't imagine I'll be driving across Europe in a McLaren F1 anytime soon. And if I do, certainly not under the 25th anniversary circumstances. So I'm really happy I was able to share that with you on this Easter Sunday. I hope you are all keeping safe, staying healthy and looking after each other at this incredibly challenging time. And I look forward to sharing more content with you really soon. Ciao!